Oh, that smells good. Oh, that's a Dunkin' original. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you, fine folks at Dunkin'. Let's go. Come on. We don't got the time here, man. Check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. BC and his amped up crew. All right, guys, here's the deal. BC is live at least for a half an hour. Get that cranked up. What the fuck? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. BC coming live at you. All right, that sounds pretty good. I don't got a lot of time, but I had to carve out the time to make sure that I salute my channel members. This is an appreciation stream for everybody that has a gold card after their name. Everybody in the unit, but especially if you rock that gold. I haven't been able to do a live stream for my channel members in a little bit, so I made sure that tonight before Raw, this evening, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. Your playback is good. Let me put my playback on, please. So, everybody that has a gold card, I know I'm only giving you guys 20 minutes notice on this stream. Trust me, I get it. That's all I knew. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to even give you guys 10 minutes. So I only gave you guys 20 minutes of notice. I understand that. Most of you guys, most of my gold card unit is going to catch this over the next 24 hours. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to catch it live. Just know I appreciate you. I thank you for the coffees. It's never needed. It's appreciated. And this is just a small token of such. These live streams that I do for you guys. So thank you. Even if you're going to be part of the future Amplified crew that watches this, thank you. And for those that are able to catch this live, by the way, I didn't even get a chance to look up on my chat. Hold on. JR9. What up, brother? JR9, the first comment up here too, bro. JR9. Scott McMinn, John Cena, Cassandra Love, Eric Leno, which, by the way, Eric Leno, 16-month membership. Let's go, says Eric Leno. You know it, bro. Alicia Vukovic, Reese Money. What up, Reese? James, Shrimp Fajitas. You better be rocking it, bro. John Cena has a 1-month membership. John Cena says, much love, BC. I'm working for another hour, and then I have wrestling training an hour after that. Whoop that ass, John Cena. You know the deal, dude. Appreciate the membership. 1 month fully strong. Here's to many more to come. Whoop that ass at work and then in the ring, bro. John Cena. Dante Jaron 23 with a 16-month membership. 16 months with the AMP unit. Hopefully tonight's draft won't be a dud like Friday night. Dante Jaron 23, appreciate you big time, brother. So glad you're able to catch this live. Thank you for the 16 months. Here's to another 16 months plus. But if you give me a second, Dante Jaron 23, I'm going to lay down pretty hard onto Smackdown. I'm going to rip them up a little bit more. I'm going to rant a little bit more because what happened Friday night is unacceptable. We all know that. As a community, we know that. So BC's going to have to rip them up a little bit more. Dante Jaron 23, I'm going to expand on that super chat or that member chat in just a little bit. Appreciate you, dude. Also, I want to give a shout out over to DC Lanyard. DC Lanyard, 13 months strong. Yo, what up, BC? I didn't even get 20 minutes. Just looked at it. It said BC's live. Glad I could catch it. It does that, man. A lot of you guys don't even get a notification when I go live. So that's the tube ever evolving. And I can't say that's for the best. But most of these streams, I give about 20 minutes of notice, if even, and most of you guys don't even get a notification. But most of these are going to be up on the channel afterwards, so you can always catch the replay. Always remember that. I always hope that my gold carders are able to catch these members-only chats live, even if only for a minute to stop in and say, what up? Renee G, for instance. What up, Renee? But DC Lanyard, man. Just checks the phone, sees BC's live. Much respect, man. I appreciate the 13 months. Here's to another 13 plus strong. Alicia Vukovic is 16 months. Alicia, salute. Hey, BC, hope we do a better Raw draft tonight. Can they do much worse than SmackDown? I mean, I don't want to say that because chances are they could. But with over 60 names for tonight, if you include NXT, there's 59 up front. And with the NXT talents that are going to be called up or drafted tonight, we expect over 60 names to be eligible. So, Alicia, I don't see how they could do worse than SmackDown. We're going to get into that, though. I'm going to rip them up a little bit more. Let me make sure I got JR9, 16 months. JR9, Jack Brewer, and a few others were literally the first group of channel members when I started this thing 16 months ago. 16 months straight fire. Well, we'll find out what talent are ruined by being called up. Hope JC stays. Want to see her versus Julia down the line. Yeah, JR9, I don't know if you can confirm this, man. I don't know if you heard of Camille signing with AEW. I'm getting word right before I went live that that's a possibility. I haven't been able to check my people yet. But a few reputable sources are saying that Camille might have signed with AEW. I look for that to be the answer to Triple H, WWE signing Julia. So if that's the case, that's a big signing for AEW. Obviously, she's really good. She's a top 20 talent in the world. So we'll see. JR9, appreciate you, man. So glad that you caught this. I know, 20 minutes notice. I know most of you guys are not going to be able to, but JR9 also. I don't know about. I forgot her name already. JR9, who the one that got drafted on SmackDown. What was her name? JR9. I'm drawing a blank. No disrespect to her. She's a decent competitor, wrestler. I just don't know what this is supposed to do for the main roster. What is this young lady's name that got drafted on Friday? Somebody in the chat, let me know. JR9, if you're still up in here, let me know, man. Starts with a K. I know that. I can go back in my notes, I guess. Thank you, JR9. Thank you. James Shrimp Fajitas. Thank you. Kiana James. No disrespect. Every time I watch her, she's decent. At times, good. At times, there's sloppiness, but that's not just her fault. But I don't know, in a crowded division that doesn't have structure by Paul Levesque McMahon yet. I don't know what Kiana James is supposed to do. We already can't find Tiffany Stratton time in the near future to get a championship, right? There's no way Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley are going to cloud Becky Lynch's championship. And with Bayley, there's no way Tiffany or Naomi, unfortunately, are going to get the title from Bayley at Backlash. And Tiffany's got to go over to Raw because SmackDown is too crowded with overall top to bottom talent, if you know what I'm talking about. They have too many talents that Tiffany needs to shine a little bit brighter, and Raw's the place for her to shine. So she's going to lose at Backlash next Saturday, and then she should go over to Monday Night Raw. But I don't know what Kiana James is supposed to... That's just one of those weird call-ups, man, that I don't know what Paul Levesque McMahon's thinking. Other than maybe Shawn Michaels was like, here, you can take her. I really don't know. I don't have anything. Because WWE has done that several times in the past. They've done it with people like Lacey Evans, who leapfrogged everybody, and nobody knew why. Well, it's because they didn't know what to do. They didn't have anything for Lacey Evans. So anyway, JR9, that was just one of those weird NXT call-ups where I was thinking like, damn, I wonder what... I mean, does JR9 approve of this? I mean, that's a weird pick. How do you feel about that, bro? JR9, Kiana should have stayed, especially with the mid-card title being introduced. JR9, 1 to 10. What's her appeal level to you? Like Kiana James in NXT, 1 to 10. How much of the it factor does she have? How captivating is she, 1 to 10, 10 being the highest? I mean, I haven't seen as much as JR9. That's why I ask. He's got NXT on lockdown. We're kind of sidetracking here, guys, but I got a little bit of time, so I want to make sure that This is the time we get to shoot the shit with my gold team, man. My channel members, my board of directors. I love that. Scott McMinn says, "Who? What is a Kiana James?" Most females in NXT should just stay there. It's better for them. I'd say probably a 6. Still a ton of work to go on. So a 6. Yeah, every time I see her, she's kind of middle of the pack. That's not shade, but it's not like a raved review from BC. It's not. Anyway, I'm not going to harp on that, though. I'm going to rant enough on SmackDown's picks. Trust me. So I want to make sure I'm getting through everybody that's in here that has a gold card. I want to say what's up to, I got Renee G. Deontay Thomas. What up, Deontay? Gruss512. I got, Eric Leno, I know I got. Hold on, let me see. There's a super chat up in here from JL. Let's get amplified. JL, let me give a salute to you. What am I doing here? I got a fresh coffee brew from the fine folks at Dunkin'. And guess what? I forgot the creamer. I don't got the creamer. I ain't got the sugar. So you know what? We're going to do this straight up fucking black. We're going to get really amplified. The rant that I'm about to do on SmackDown just got a lot more amplified because we're doing this straight black. But let me give a shout out to all my gold carders up in here now live and all my future gold carders that are going to catch this over the next 24 hours. I appreciate you guys every single month chucking a coffee at the channel when you don't need to. And it's not needed, but it's always appreciated. More than anything, it's the top tier level of respect. So these are the streams where I get to show that back to you guys. Salute. Sometimes a straight up black coffee hits the spot and gets you amplified. That'll do it. Yeah. Anyway, are you gonna stay? You gonna stay put? Stay there. Thank you. All right, so let's do this, guys. I ain't got a ton of time, so I want to get into this. First and foremost, this is the Raw preview, draft night number 2. To do this, the only right way is we have to go back to the first night, right? We have to go back to Friday, and BC has to rant a little bit. I have no fucking choice. This is the position they put us in. By the way, hold up. I got a couple channel membership chats I want to get to. Stegmeister! I'm glad Stegmeister got to catch this on 20 minutes notice. 16 months strong. Stegmeister says, get me to Glasgow for Smackdown and the Clash at the Castle. Stegmeister and JR9. You guys see that Drew McIntyre, I put up a post a few hours ago. Drew McIntyre re-signed, man. This is big. Could he be the one to take the title from Damian? Are they going to play a little bit of hot potato? Stegmeister, appreciate you, brother. Think different. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Think different. Salute. Shout out over to Colin. 15-month strong membership. Colin says, what's up, BC? Is it me or did the draft? Did it happen last Friday or Triple H feared for his life? A little Tony Khan there. I don't know what happened on Friday night, Colin. That is not the best that Paul Levesque McMahon can do. Trust me. And trust me, we don't bash just the bash. We want the best. We know that dude, we would hope anyway, he can do better than that. I've seen Vince McMahon drafts that were better than what we saw Friday night. So it has to be much better tonight. But that was not his best work. And even if you're going to have a stacked Monday night draft, you still cannot deliver the show you put together on Friday night with that draft. That was horrendous. We all know that. So I don't know what Paul Levesque McMahon was thinking there. That was an absolute botch from top to bottom. But Colin, appreciate you, dude. Hopefully tonight's much better. And when we do the Raw review over the next 24 hours, it'll be a much more positive review than what we did on Friday night. Colin, I appreciate you, dude. I think I got everybody there for the channel membership. So let me rant a little bit on SmackDown. I want to just... This will show you why pretty much the whole wrestling community, guys, was pretty upset, right? Pretty pissed off. Because You watched 2 hours of what was billed as a draft, and you saw 3 wrestlers switch. 3 mid-AF wrestlers. As much as we respect them, like Andrade and Sheamus, we get it. Love them, want to see the best booking, want the best for them. We get it. But that's what you had. Andrade switched brand. The guy just came back for a cup of coffee. Andrade has not been back long enough for coffee. Sheamus barely got a sip of coffee. He's been back for 2 weeks. Nia Jax was released. She comes back, within the last calendar year? Nia Jax returns. More of a beast than ever before. All right, those are your three out of 21 picks. There was 21 people drafted. And those were your 3 main roster switches. Other than that, Braun Breaker switches to Raw. All right, he wasn't established on SmackDown anyway. He wasn't around long enough for coffee to be established. Carmelo Hayes, I always identified him more with SmackDown, so him going to Raw or SmackDown wouldn't have mattered. So him staying on SmackDown didn't do anything. And then you had, who was the other one? Kiana James. Again, a lot of people are wondering what a Kiana James is. And the show went off the air with Cody Rhodes shaking hands with AJ Styles and giving a pep talk to Carmelo Hayes. Do you guys understand that Carmelo is a heel? Why is he getting a pep talk from Cody? And then Cody turns his back and Carmelo can attack him, and Carmelo's just like, yeah, man, damn. Thanks for the words of advice, man. And AJ Styles is a heel. AJ is a heel. Why is he extending his hand to the face? And by the way, they had a billing next week. Their big marketing. Their marketing for next week is AJ and Cody are going to go face to face. So why did they go face to face at the end of the show last night or Friday night? Guys, do you see that none of this makes sense? Mutual respect. Somebody said, who is that? Stegmeister. Mutual respect. When a heel extends his hand to the face, they shake hands. You're expecting the heel to do something heelish, and they just go off the air. That's Paul Levesque McMahon. He's just like, shake hands, guys. Mutual respect. It's not even face versus face anymore where you shake hands. Now the heels are just shaking hands with the faces. Come on, guys. You can't do that. Carmelo Hayes just spent the last several months. JR9, how long has Carmelo been a heel now? Since before the trick turn. Or for the trick turn, which has been months. His first night on the main roster, he's getting a pep talk from Cody Rhodes. He's like in tears, getting a pep talk. Melo came off looking like an absolute idiot, and since February, says JR9. So let's do our Steiner math. Feb, March, April, May, June, Feb, April, what the fuck? April doesn't come before March, BC. February, March, April. 3 fucking months he's been working on this heel character. 3 months, the entire Trick Williams fucking storyline, which you could say was built when they were together. And by the way, didn't they do this? Oh, he lost, but he just took on one of the best. One of the best had to beat him, so that means in the future he's going to be a star. Guys, anybody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he show up before and get beat by Seth Rollins months ago? They already did this. Carmelo show up, say that you never miss, and take on a top star and completely miss, and the top star beats you. But then the commentary team really plays you up. Whoa, he's going to be massive one day. This is the biggest challenger for a champion we've ever seen. He came this close to winning. No, he didn't. Seth Rollins had that pretty single-handedly. Cody Rhodes was never in real trouble on Friday night. Cody Rhodes beat him simplistically. Almost beat him with the damn, what do you call it? The fucking Cody Cutter? And then he's like, all right, I'll just beat you with the Crossroads then. So what's the game plan? Melo just loses to all the top faces, and the commentary goes, oh, one day, though, he's coming so close. Well, if a guy says he never misses and he misses all the time, believe him. That's Melo's new tagline. Carmelo Hayes, he always misses. Can't do it, man. You can't end the show like that, guys. You can't do it. You can't just have mutual respect with all of your heels. One of your top heels right now, AJ Styles, shaking hands with Cody, and one of your top heels for the future, Carmelo, unless you're telling me they're trying to present him back as a face. So this was all just for Trick Williams, and now Carmelo's going to be a face. What are we doing? So let's go back to the draft. That was just one of my problems with SmackDown. The draft, 21 picks and only 3 main roster moves. Nia Jax, Andrade, and Sheamus. 2 of the 3 have not even been established on their brands because they just got back, Andrade and Sheamus. And Nia Jax, if that's your big needle mover, then that says everything, doesn't it? And then you wonder why a lot of people are like, whoa, that was the draft? And if you guys were wondering, after SmackDown went off the air, they continued with the draft. There was more people named on WWE.com. So post SmackDown, SmackDown chose Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin got drafted. The OC, including Munchkin, Meechin, and Cedric Alexander and Ashanti. They're all going to SmackDown. Baron Corbin, OC, Cedric, and Ashanti. OC, I believe. OC was already on SmackDown, correct? Or was AJ? Yeah, because they were with AJ. Ashanti and Alexander, where were they? Were they Raw or SmackDown? I don't even know. Somebody tell me what Ashanti and Cedric were on. Cedric was getting his ass whooped by Braun Breaker in negative 0.24 seconds on Friday night, so maybe Cedric was SmackDown, right? JR9 says Smack. Okay, so nobody moved. It was just Baron Corbin got called back up to the place where 9 characters it took him, and he couldn't get over. 9 characters. You tell me, am I right? Let's do it again. We've done this in the past. How many characters has Baron Corbin had, and they never got over? You had Constable Corbin, King Corbin, Broke Corbin, Happy Corbin, Lone Wolf Corbin. Which Corbins am I missing? That's only 5. There's been 9. We've done this in the past. Well, there's other Baron Corbins. So now they're going to try this again. Well, what changed? He was in a tag team with Braun Breaker, being an anchor to Breaker. Great. What a draft this is, man. We got Baron Corbin back on the main roster. If this isn't the new era, I don't know what is. Seems like a new era to me. And over on Raw, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Fire, Dawn, and Ivar. Most of them were already on Raw. Baszler, Zoe, and Ivar were all on Raw. So how is that a draft, man? And Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, they were so forgotten about, you wouldn't even know where they were. You would have told me they were from AEW, I would have said, yeah, I'm not shocked. Drafted from AEW, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So it's like we're just taking names and we're not really giving any thought to change these up. No thought at all, guys. It's like they just got the rosters and they're like, all right, everybody stays, and every like 5 or 6 will like maybe switch one. No, not even. Every 8 or 9. And it didn't make sense either, right? I'm not even done. I wish I could be done and just go to Raw's preview and hope for the best. But it didn't make sense. Jey Uso was picked over Rollins? On what planet? The Usos are my favorite tag team. Colin, James Shrimp Fajitas, Renee G, Eric Leno, Stegmeister, Reese Monet. Everybody in this chat right now, man. Cassandra Love, Alicia Vukovic, Demonte Ty Drew, Scott McMinn, everybody holding that gold card. And everybody who's not a channel member, but maybe you're listening in live or you're going to listen in afterwards. Maybe you're not a channel member, but you know you are a longtime subscriber to the channel. Anybody will tell you the Usos are my team of teams. So nobody gives them more love and respect than BC. But I'll tell you right now, putting Jey Uso over Seth Rollins is absolutely ludicrous because it devalues Rollins and the championship that he just held. Doesn't make sense. Some people are going to think that way, guys. Wow, Jey Uso got picked. Yeah. Wait, wasn't Rollins still eligible? Yeah, he was. And then you had Nia Jax picked before AJ Styles and LA Knight. Guys, you could be the biggest Nia Jax fan. That's awesome. I hear you. I was a Jinder Mahal fan, so trust me, I got you. A lot of people like to rip that apart, right? How can you like Jinder? But I did. I like Jinder. So I hear you. You could be the biggest Nia Jax fan. But to say on any planet that if you were a general manager, you would pick Nia Jax over AJ Styles or LA Knight, yeah? That's stupid. You know that. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce would be fired if this was an actual draft, which is what WWE was trying to act like it was. They would be fired, guys. This is honestly like the middle of, but picture this, the middle of Michael Jordan's career, right? He's already got some championships. The middle of Michael Jordan's career, the NBA decides we're going to shake things up and have a draft. Middle, right? Michael Jordan's the king of the NBA, always will be. He's the king of the NBA. He's got titles. And you're going to have a draft. And Michael Jordan's eligible. And 14 teams choose somebody over him, right? Bench players are getting drafted before Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan goes 15th in the draft. You laugh, but that's what they just did on WWE. AJ Styles was the 15th pick. If you add in all of Alpha Academy, right? That's 4 members. So he was technically the 15th pick. 15th! There was only 30 entries eligible! Guys, there was only 30 wrestlers eligible on Friday, and AJ Styles was 15th pick. Because Nia Jax cracked the top 10. Top 5, I believe, something like that. There was only 30 wrestlers eligible Friday night. How are you going to do AJ Styles dirty like that, man? And LA Knight was just a couple spots in front of AJ Styles and several spots behind Nia Jax. What I'm saying, guys, I'm not nitpicking, trust me. I'm telling you, you guys could see it yourself. The whole community was baffled by how bad this draft was. So this wasn't just a BC thing, right? The whole community was like, what the fuck was that? Everybody. The one thing we all agreed on, that was a horrible draft, night 1. So I'm trying to tell you exactly why, just common sense and logic. The decision-making doesn't make sense. On no planet would you have LA Knight, AJ Styles, and you go, can you guys move? Who are you in the back? Nia, yeah, you come over here. I want you, Nia. No planet. No planet possible. That's another reason none of this even made sense. So not only was there a lack of actual moves, but nothing made sense in the moves. So you do one of these things where you move to tonight. Tonight. These are just some of the things that top of my dome piece, this is what you got to do. You separate Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Separate them. In the future, you have them go one-on-one. That's going to be astronomically awesome. I get it. Not now, because nobody cares about them. I can already see how this would go. They planted a seed that Tommaso isn't happy with Johnny having mutual respect last week. Remember, guys? Johnny's shaking hands with who they lost to, which was a couple of faces. I forgot who it was. I think it was Awesome Truth. And everybody's shaking hands. And finally, Tommaso's like, what is up with this mutual respect era? No. So they planted seeds. The problem is nobody cares about Gargano and Ciampa as a tag team, which means nobody cares about them as individuals. And if you think Tommaso just turning on Johnny and with a 2-month feud, that's going to get everybody ignited and this is going to be the best between Tommy and Johnny, no. Or Tommaso and Johnny, no, not yet. They'll come back together in the future and it'll be awesome. Awesome! Not now. Just let them go their separate ways. Split them up. They never should have been together. I told you that. I told you, do not try to do a bootleg version of DIY. It ain't gonna work because you know damn well you're not gonna pay attention to the division. And sure enough, the division has gotten paid no attention to. DIY has been a failure like most. From the Creed brothers to Gallows and Anderson. Do you guys remember them? Gallows and Anderson. They're still in WWE. The Creed brothers, remember they had that month where they beat everybody and then they were gone for 3 months? They don't know what they're doing. Awesome Truth is your tag title holders. and Theory and Waller. There's two different tag champions. They don't know what they're doing. You thought DIY was going to succeed? And now you're just going to have them fight each other. Wow, we're all going to be popping off. Then what? Johnny Gargano's off to the races. Tommaso's off to the races. Build them up separately. Just build them up. To get them the fuck away from one another. Build them up. And when the time is right, boom. Good matchup. Johnny, Tommaso, we already know what they can do. We've already seen it in NXT. But we'll run it back on the main roster. But if you're just going to rush this little matchup, Tommaso's going to turn on Johnny and there's a match. I'm telling you, we can do a lot better, guys. And then afterwards, good luck having Tommaso and Johnny have anything creatively. Honestly, give them the time of day and build them up. So that's the first thing I would do. Separate them. Number 2 in my notes, I got Braun Strowman, I'm hearing, is at the arena tonight. So, this is what I'm going to say about Braun Strowman if this is true. Braun Strowman has to link up on Monday Night Raw with Bo Dallas, Alexa Bliss, and whoever else is going to be in this new versioned Wyatt 6. That's it. Braun Strowman has to be a part of it. You throw in Redbeard, Eric Rowan. I'd even throw in Matt Hardy, who's a free agent. He had a lot of history with Bray. He can really add to that whole universe. I got a really good Wyatt 6 that I would go and present to WWE. And Braun Strowman, I don't know if Paul Levesque McMahon knows how to book this dude. Vince McMahon knew how to, but he was always trying to punish him. So Braun Strowman would have some really solid booking, and then he would be taken back a mile. He would be given 3 or 4 or 5 extra feet and be taken back another 2, 3, 4 miles. Vince McMahon with the stop-go booking of Braun. I don't know if HHH knows how to book this dude. So I think Raw's the best place. Put him in this Wyatt 6 family type thing. I like that. SmackDown has to get Gunther. It's time for Gunther. He dropped the IC title. 2 things need to happen. A completely different change in pace and scenery for Gunther. Take him off of Raw, put him right there on SmackDown. It's time to play with the big boys. It's time for Gunther to play with the big level talents. It's time for Gunther to take on the Randy Ortons, to take on the LA Knights, and eventually take on the Cody Rhodeses. And in the process, one of the biggest matches, you bring Dragunov over to the blue brand, and you set up a badass match that everybody wants to see. Again, Gunther, Dragunov. To do that, they both have to be on the same brand. I see no value in them being on the red brand. I see none. In fact, they get lost somewhere in the 3 hours. CM Punk. CM Punk has to stay on Monday Night Raw. Why? Because they need him. They got nobody else. Do you realize they kept Randy Orton on the blue brand? Do you realize they kept LA Knight on the blue brand? Do you realize they took Cody Rhodes from the red brand to put him on the blue brand with a championship? They have all the faces. The top 2 faces on Raw are injured. CM Punk and Seth Rollins is home. So now you're hoping that Jey Uso can hold the entire brand on his back. Stop. Again, much love, nothing but love to Jey Uso. If Jey Uso is your top face, you have massive issues on Monday Night Raw. You can call him main event Jey all you want. The dude is not your top face. So CM Punk has to stay on Monday Night Raw. Expect that to be one of the top drafts tonight. But knowing Paul Levesque McMahon, Eva Marie will come back tonight and be drafted over CM Punk. Tamina will show up after being gone for 2 years, even though she's still on the roster. Tamina is still getting paid by WWE. She just quietly retired is what we're hearing. But Tamina will return. She'll be called up and picked, drafted before CM Punk. And then you go over to, where do you want to go? Some of the ladies, Jade Cargill, Raw. I feel Monday Night Raw. So if you want Jade and Bianca to win the championships at Backlash next Saturday against Damage Control, that's fine. Have them have a tag title run, both brands, whatever. Once it's done, it's the perfect setup to have Bianca Belair on the blue brand. She's already been drafted. And have Jade Cargill on the red brand. So this is a no harm, no foul. This is an easy decision. Jade should be thrown over to the red brand. And because she still is green and still has a lot more to learn and a lot more to take in, being lost on the 3-hour show may not necessarily be a bad thing. See that? I'm thinking ahead. Tiffany Stratton, I already told you guys, Tiffany has to be Red Brand. I see her losing this match, which she should, but trust me, there's going to be victory and defeat. Bayley keeps her title, but Tiffany has one heck of a showing. France will be on their feet for Tiffany. I do expect that. And then Tiffany really starts to tear it up on Raw. Listen, I wouldn't mind some retribution, and Tiffany takes the title from Becky Lynch. I know a lot of you guys think it has to be between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, the next one after Becky. I'm just saying, ain't gonna be no harm, no foul if Tiffany Stratton defeats Becky Lynch, because there's unfinished business there anyway. Other than that, let's see who else there even is, man. WWE, where's that photo I had? I had a good photo of this too, man. I'm sure there's a few names that I'm missing. Here we go. All right, what do we got here? So, Kevin Owens is tonight's draft? Kevin Owens is tonight's. Okay, so who's... So the New Day on Monday. Man, the New Day is stale on Friday nights, and the New Day is stale on Monday nights. I don't know. Where do you guys got the New Day in the chat, man? Help BC out on this, because honestly, I'm absolutely lost on the New Day. They just need a character rehaul. They have gotten so damn stale, dude. Why are you guys doing that too? Let me give a shout out over to Demonte Ty Drew, 16-month membership, 16 months later and still rocking with BC in the AMP unit. Demonte Ty Drew, man, here's to another 16 months. So good when I was doing that last roll call in the chat, man. So good to see you up in here, Demonte Ty Drew. Keep rocking for BC. BC will keep rocking for you, bruh. JR9! 5-spot coffee, too, in the super chat. Priest as world champ isn't it. Drew needs to win the title while bringing Broken Dreams back at the Clash. Also got tickets for it. Should be a fun time. JR9, Broken Dreams, I believe, was a Jim Johnston song. I don't know if you caught I think you did. If you caught the upload that I put up a few hours ago. A lot of fans are finally having enough with the entrance themes. And, you know, it brings up the name Jim Johnston, who that's when themes were at their best. That's when WWE you had this feeling when entrance music would hit. You knew exactly which superstar it belonged to, and you were connected by a feeling. Nowadays, Def Rebel isn't it. So Broken Dreams, man, that would be so good to hear again. Put the title on him. I said Priest, and in much respect to the dude, I want the best booking for him. I said Priest winning this championship, cashing in successfully. It makes no sense. I mean, how do you even, put that into the show? I have no idea, man. Just give it to Drew. I understand Drew had to dot the I's, cross the T's on his contract. So maybe they thought, listen, we got to get the briefcase off this dude anyway. We don't have Drew officially signed. Let's just put it on Damian. Unfortunately, I don't see how Damian is not a transitional champ. You cannot keep that title on him for another year. Ratings already back at 1.5 some odd, guys. Do you understand that? And I'm not blaming just Damian, but I'm saying it's already been 2 weeks since Mania, and we're already at a 1.59. You can't just have the title on somebody like Damian, who before he got that title was looked at as nothing more than a mid-carder. That's the way he was booked, so that's the way he was viewed as such. So what I'm saying is, JR9, you are ultra correct, man. I'm going to give a shout out over to MD20, MD 2.0 5-spot coffee super chat. Hey, BC, do you think Enzo Amore had potential? I think Enzo is one of those just one of those stories that's absolutely befuddling. This dude had the microphone. There wasn't much better than him. In the ring, he was pretty solid, man. I'm not saying he was the best, but he surely wasn't one of the worst. He was believable. He was fun to watch. Again, the microphone, he would sell stories in one promo. It's such a shame that candle went out so damn fast. So I guess that's a long-winded answer. My short answer is yes, MD 2.0. More than enough potential was within Enzo Amore. Grant McRoberts. Welcome to the gold team. Grant. Salute, Grant. Let me give you a proper salute. On this channel, we give proper salutes. Man, here is a swig to new channel member. Just earned their gold card today. Grant, every time we go live, every time there's an upload, I ask one thing. Shine that gold card up, man, because we about to get amplified. Salute. Grant McRoberts, appreciate you. I know I asked you guys a question before I went over to some of my gold members too. New Day. NXT says James Shrimp Fajitas. I know, but I'm sure JR9 wants nothing to do with them, man, or anybody down in NXT. Shawn Michaels. NXT needs a lot of help right now, man. They're doing a lot of things correctly. I understand. They're doing a lot of shit that's not connecting. The New Day is not going to be it. They'll draw some eyeballs here and there, right? They'll pop a rating a little bit because, it's the New Day. But as far as intrigue, no. Those numbers will come crashing down. I know we're just kidding around, too, but a lot of you guys are saying NXT. Reese Monet, Eric Leno, Dante Jarrett, a lot of you guys are jumping on the NXT bandwagon. Keep the New Day away from NXT. Laugh my ass off. JR9, you're going to give the dude an aneurysm here, bringing the New Day down to NXT. Yeah, Stegmeister, yeah, he has no choice but to be transitional at that point. And I always thought, Drew holding the title, you lock down the contract, and then when Punk comes back, it's sitting in your lap. There was no reason for Priest to muddy those waters. Yeah, there is nothing you can do with the New Day. They just need a complete rehaul. It's done, guys. Sometimes it just runs its course. We all like the New Day as like people like Kofi, and come on, man, Big E's one of my favorite people on earth. Not that Big E might not come back, period, anyway, from the neck injury. But the point is, like, just watching them come out, it's like, I don't know how it's fun for anybody anymore. It's the New Day. It's gonna be a New Day match. I mean, you've seen New Day versus everybody 1,006 times. I don't even understand how they wouldn't want a fresh change, you know? Like, they should be going to creative, or Paul Levesque McMahon and being like, dude, maybe we should separate. Maybe they don't want to, though, right? That's a nice, easy paycheck. They know that the New Day has name recognition. They know that the kids will pop or whatever. So as long as they're together, ain't no way they're ever going to get fired anyway because they're the New Day. So maybe they're just happy, right? Xavier gets to play his video games backstage. Kofi's been there forever anyway. He's like a fucking employee at the local fucking Target, right? The more the wages keep going up and you get a few benefits here and a few benefits there, you ain't leaving Target. Fucking Walmart. New Day is positioning themselves like they're lifelong employees. So maybe, you can't even fucking... Who can blame them? It's just for the fans, it's getting really fucking lame. Anyway, that's just the New Day. Who else? Who? Bait and Dunn. Bait and Dunn have done nothing since they put them together as a team. New Catch Republic. Far-fetched Republic. Whatever type of republic they want to represent. I don't know, see what brand they want to represent. I don't see what that's going to do. What are you going to put them in a storyline that captivates us? Or are we going to see the Creed brothers versus the New Catch Republic 86 times? Judgment Day is obviously staying on the red brand because blue brand has the bloodline. So you're not going to blur the lines, correct? So I look for them all to just be fucking called onto the Raw roster tonight. So that's, whoa, what a shakeup. Judgment Day is going to stay. I guess Asuka, Kairi, Damage Control will move, right? I'm guessing they're going to go over to Raw. There's nothing left for them to do on SmackDown, and they've already ran the Bayley thing into the wall. So I guess that's going to be a big change tonight. Who else is in tonight's eligibility pool? Piper Niven is in tonight's pool. Bronson Reed, Apollo. You forget Apollo was even in WWE still. Who else? Who is that? I don't even know who that is. I don't know. I'm looking at this photo. I got Jade Cargill, Zelina Vega, and then there's somebody next to him. I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know some of these people, and they're going to be drafted tonight. I can't even fucking tell you. There's Garza and Humberto. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's switch them. That's going to be fucking fun. Going to Raw, Garza and Humberto. Whoa, it's like 2020 all over again. This is like Vince McMahon's WWE. We got Garza and Humberto back on Raw. Woo! This is great, man. I'm not being a downer on this shit. I'm just saying, man, a lot of these wrestlers, they've done nothing with them, so they're not even fun. Then you add the generic theme music that they all have, and you're put to sleep when their music hits. BC's on her. I told you, if I'm drinking black coffee, man, we're going to get amplified to another level. Jer9, I completely agree. Just get LDF away from the LWO. Just get him away. You've done every match. Jer9, Friday night, they had another one, didn't they? Hold on, let me go into my notes. I got my whole fucking notes here. I keep track of all this shit. Hold on. What do my notes say here? Come on, I know they had a match. Oh, there it is. LWO versus LDF. What do we have? Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee defeated Garza and Humberto. So there you go. Every single Friday night, it's the LWO and the LDF. There's no storyline anymore. They're just having matches now. They had to pluck something this past Friday, didn't they? What was it? Oh, yeah, Carlito. That was actually decent. So that just set him up for another 2 months of matches now. Now Carlito is going to take on everybody in the LWO. Oh, man. They don't know. Paul Levesque McMahon doesn't know what he's... Right? He's just like, listen, I got fucking 2 Latino groups. Let's just have them just go at each other for 10 years. Really, dude? Get creative. You got some really good talent. Get creative. Don't just lump them together. Fuck, man. That's what this company... It doesn't matter if it's Vincent Kennedy. It doesn't matter if it's Paul Levesque, man. If you speak the same, they'll throw you together. It's like fucking the second you get in there, they just put you in the fucking Japanese category. Boom. Okay, yep. You're going to be with Kari, Asuka, and Io. All right? Go over there. Go over there. Yep, go with... yes, Adam Pearce is his name. Go. He'll show you that group. And you are... Sanchez. All right, you're going to go over there. They're called the LWO. You're going to go over there with the... Come on, man. We can do better than that. Separate. Create. My goodness, there's times for it. Definitely, guys. There's definitely times for it, right? Birds of a feather flock together. I get it. There's times for it, right? It makes sense. But then there's times where it's just getting goofy and it's creating bad television. You've ran it into the wall. You can't just define people just by what they are, man. You define them by what they can bring to the table. Is there more to offer? Don't be afraid to step outside the box. There was one time in the Attitude Era. True story. I don't know if there's any older fans up in here or not, man. Attitude Era. There was like, I mean, you talk about like stereotype. Guys, there was like a biker gang. This is totally true. There was a biker gang. There was the Latino gang. It was like was that Savio Vega's clique. The biker gang was like, what was it? Brian Lee. And who else was in the biker gang? I forgot. I don't, maybe you guys remember, man. I'm trying to think back. So there was the biker gang. There was that gang. There was the Nation of Domination. Yeah, them. And it was always funny when they had the biker gang take on the fucking black gang. And then it was just like, what are we doing, man? Vince is back there getting his rocks off. It was like prison wars, man. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, that's a long-winded answer. Jer9, I completely agree with you. Get LWO away from LDF and let's start to really... like, push some of it. Let's see if they have that talent, that it factor to go to the next level. It's okay to have people look at them as just as more than just Latino. I'm sure there's more to them, right? Now's the time, Levesque McMahon. Now's the time. Separate the factions. Who else? Carter and Chance. Man, do I love Carter. I gotta tell you. It's just one of the most perfectional of bodies is Carter. Like the right type of thick, everything. I mean, Carter is just wow status, man. I feel they're a good team, too. Actually, Carter and Chance are a pretty good team. I gotta be honest with you guys. Every time I see them, they really work well together. You can see that they actually give a fuck, right? You can see that they actually like train for this and practice like moves that they want to vividly hit. Where most people are playing video games, these people are coming in every single match, I feel like they're just like there's something new to offer. Carter and Chance, man. I would actually give them a big push. Because they care. Natalya, Naomi, Elektra Lopez, which will be part of, obviously, LWO, LDF. So they're all going to go as a unit. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I don't know. Pretty deadly. Good luck making this interesting tonight. That's all I'll say. Good luck making this interesting because there is over 60 peeps and a lot of these individuals nobody has any care for. Now, the NXT call-ups. JR9, what are we thinking tonight? Alicia, yeah, it's total. It's out of hand, Alicia. That's just whatever you are. That's what they're gonna lump you in this company. They've done it forever. And again, I understand once in a while it fits, it works, it's needed, and then for everybody, no, maybe not. Like there's got to be more to it. Disciples of Apocalypse, Colin. Thank you. Dragunov seems 100. Yeah, absolutely, Dragunov, and I think he was confirmed anyway, wasn't he? Or Michael Cole made an accident then, because a week or two ago, Michael Cole or somebody actually said Dragunov is eligible. And do you remember? It was Michael, because remember it seemed like he wasn't supposed to say that? He was stuttering, and then he waited. There was like a pause. And it's almost like Levesque McMahon was telling him, like, wait, no, don't say it. And Michael Cole already kind of said it. And he was like, and then there was a pause, and he's like, Dragunov will be in the draft. So they actually fucked that up. Valkyria and Roxy. Yeah, Roxy for sure. Now, they're not locking her down as a champion, correct? I know there's a lock on the champs, but I don't think that includes Roxy. And Valkyria as well. Oh, Reese Murray, absolutely. Carter and Chance. I know how tiny Chance is, but man, they even their entrance and everything they do is in unison. You believe they're a tag team because they act like it, they look like it, they respond like it. That's what I love. That's what was great about tag teams back in the day. The Rockers, the Legion of Doom Road Warriors, Heart Foundation, Harlem Heat, Killer Bees, Demolition, Fabulous Rougeau Brothers. You just believed it. Even Ted DiBiase and IRS, they were thrown together, but you believed it. This dude is a rich millionaire, and that's his tax agent. That's the tax guy. I mean, you know they're both doing some shady shit. And you can do that if you have the IRS in your back pocket as a millionaire. So when you have that, man, it's great, you know? And then you have Belair and Jade. I already believe that they're attacked. I mean, you see them coming into the Smackdown arena on Friday. You see their abs. I mean, it's abstronomical. They're just battling to see who can get more fucking tighter abs. I think they're just trying to. They're going to bulk up. They're going to be beasts. I truly believe they're just working out together now, and they're just trying to outdo one another. Those abs were off the charts. Anyway, I don't know how I got into that. What are we talking about? NXT, Reese. Reese got me on that. You can build the division around a team like Carter and Chance. Absolutely, you can. Yeah, Gruss 512, Trick Williams was, they took him out because they put the title on him, the NXT Championship, and they took him out of the draft. So he's not even eligible from what I'm hearing. D'Angelo family, but JR9, they could get caught. I mean, Tony D's that character, you know what I mean? Like a character. I'm pretty sure he fits right there on Monday nights. So I agree with you, but I would not be shocked if D is getting called up. Tony D! Wild. I got to give a shout out over to Maximus Sage, a 5-spot super chat coffee. Maximus. Salute, my dude, my fellow Packer. Just showing love. Hopefully the draft is better tonight than it was Friday. BC Live. Yeah. Maximus, how about that draft, man? I like it. I like it. We filled some spots that we needed, and we did not overdo it in spots we didn't. I really have a good feeling if Jordan Love can stay strong here, man. If Jordan Love can improve and not go backwards, we have an NFC Championship team bare minimum. Maximus, appreciate you being here for the live, man. Even on 20 minutes notice. Let me give you a proper salute. Maximus Sage. Bianca and Jade are going to dominate the women's tag division, Reese. Who's stopping them? I made a joke the other day. I mean, you could put Batman and Superman together. They ain't doing it. Put the green and the red Power Ranger together. They're not doing anything. Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. They're not touching Jade and Bianca. They're a super team, dude. They're a legit super team. Freakish. Love it. I'm here for it. Stegmeister still waiting for Bianca's heel turn. Yeah, if they ever do you think Bianca would turn on Jade and not Jade on Bianca? And would that be the best scenario? Because I can see Jade as a heel because she was in AEW. So we don't. It's not a far stretch. Now, can Bianca play a heel? That's the question. So if you go Bianca full throttle heel, you better be sure she can do full throttle heel. What do you guys think in the chat? Can she do heel, Bianca? I love Bianca. I never really thought of her as a heel. That's why. JR9, much love and respect, brother. I'm so glad you were able to catch this, even on 20 minutes notice, man. And you helped me out big time. I had a lot of questions, I know, but I wasn't able to go live for a couple weeks, so... not really. Well, a week and a half, something like that. So, JR9, I appreciate you, man, big time. Thanks for helping out on the stream today. JR9. Let me give you a proper salute on the way out, man. And JR9, what'd you say? You're going to Clash at the Castle, correct? Rock it out, brother. That's going to be a rocking time, man. I really think WWE is going to put a fucking crazy show on, man. So that's going to be wild. Appreciate you, brother. DeMonte says, of course Bianca can play the heel. All right, DeMonte's like, what? BC, of course you're going to play that heel. Better than Jade? I mean, Jade was just so naturally, like, she could naturally be an asshole. Bianca just has this charm, like, you just, it's easy to just love Bianca Belair. She's such a nice person. That's all I'm saying, man. It's a little, yeah, JR9, man, enjoy that. That's going to be wild, man. And listen, I can't say I'm going to be against Drew McIntyre winning the title there. That's going to be epic. And he should have the title anyway. It sucks for Damian. That's another story. DC Lanier, I like her as a heel. Who? DC, Jade or Bianca? The thought of Bianca or Jade? Bianca wasn't a heel in NXT, was she? I remember all her matches with like Asuka. I don't know why I think she was a heel for a little bit in NXT. Was she? Oh, no. JR9's already gone, too. Well, anybody else that watched NXT several years ago when Bianca was there, was she a heel at all? I'm drawing a blank on that. Crossfight Pro, Belair was a heel. Belair was a heel. Oh, so maybe, yeah. I guess I could see it then. Look at that. Maybe I could see it then. I don't know. Eventually, though, when Jade and Bianca clash, that is going to be absolutely epic. It's just one of those things I don't think they could screw it up. I mean, that's just sitting in their lap. They just got to sit back, grab a coffee, and enjoy the show. Reese Monet, yes, was a heel on NXT. Cassandra says Jade much more of a heel than Bianca. Christopher Blackshear says she's a better heel to me. You'll see which way they go, man. I just feel Jade would be more the natural fit, but it would be much more fun if Bianca did the deed. Guys, real quick. I know I'm keeping you here a little bit longer than I was going to. Kurt Angle. I want the gold team's take on this. Kurt Angle says he would like to return as Chad Gable's manager. So I wanted to ask my gold team, my channel, my board of directors, if we have the magic pen and we're signing individuals, would you sign Kurt Angle to be Chad Gable's manager? Is that needed? Or is that only going to bring Chad Gable down? Is that just going to go, oh, Chad Gable is just now in the shadow of Kurt Angle? He doesn't need Kurt Angle. Because he doesn't. So does Kurt Angle add value to manage Chad Gable? Or does Kurt Angle bring down Chad Gable? It's an interesting theory, right? Chad Gable doesn't need it. Chad Gable's amazing. And you kind of want to see Chad get away from the comedy. What sucks is that if Kurt was his manager, there's so much comedy gold there. Chad is amazing with the comedy. Kurt Angle's the king of the comedy, backstage segments. That would be so much fun. Let me take it to you guys. Gruss512 says Chad Gable should have been Kurt Angle. So, totally, Gruss512. Let me give you a salute on that. When I put that in my notes, that was the first thing I thought of. Absolutely great point. They screwed up with Jason Jordan on that. I don't know what they were thinking. Kurt Angle's son is obviously Chad Gable. And most of your audience would probably believe it. Because it's believable. Scott McMinn says yes. Kurt Angle as Chad's manager. I will be on board with Kurt and Chad, says DeMonte. Eric Leno says yes. Go Jackets! What up, Go Jackets? Angle 100% awesome way to return. So Go Jackets. Go Jackets gives it a 100. Sir Charles! What up, Sir Charles? Rocking in this bitch! What's up, Sir Charles? Grant McRoberts, new gold card member, doesn't need Angle. He really doesn't. That's why it's a fun question, right? I mean, like, I literally, when I first got word of that, I was like, yes. And then I was like, whoa, hold on. of any time in Gable's career, I think that's where this question is so vivid. If this was any other time, it's an easy answer. Bring in Kurt. But now is the time where finally Gable is stepping out on his own and something big could be on the horizon. And now Kurt would come in and kind of overshadow, wouldn't he? Either way, I don't think he needs him. So now it's just a point of, is it more beneficial or is it more of a detriment? It's going to feel like Corbin JBL, says Dante Jaron 23. And that's one of those situations where you knew damn well Corbin was in the shadow of JBL because Corbin couldn't get 6% of the response JBL used to get. Because Andrew Love just says no. What up, Sir Charles? James Shrimp Fajitas would be fun to see. I'd like to see Kurt Angle again, says Sir Charles. I like it, says Alicia. St. Ivan, welcome gold status. St. Ivan just got that gold card shined up. Let me give a proper salute. Welcome to the unit. Once again, gold status, St. Ivan. Salute, brah. We saved you that seat at the board of directors table, man. St. Ivan. Sporting gold after his name now. What's up, Saint? Kurt Angle and Ditch Alpha Academy, says Reese. Yeah. At that point, you would not need any of them. Kurt can be the start of the downfall of the Alpha Academy, and then Chad and Kurt would have to go off on their own. Or wouldn't it be funny if Kurt Angle stepped in to replace Chad Gable, right? Like, finally, Alpha Academy, who's being treated like shit by Chad, finally they've had enough. And Chad goes, who do you think you are to disrespect me? Who can train you better than I can? And here comes Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle is going to make something out of Otis. Kurt Angle is going to bring Tozawa back from a comedy idiot to something more reputable. Maybe even try to help Maxine. You could go that way too, man. And still do business with Kurt and Chad. Again, guys, we're hearing that Camille might have signed with AEW. I'm still trying to get word on if that is factual, but some reputable sources are saying that Camille has signed with AEW. That would be the response of WWE signing Julia. That's one of those things where she was mentioned in that same category as Julia, so that would definitely be an offsetting signing. And then this is an interesting story. Omega kind of said something that caught a lot of people's attention, admitting he doesn't really watch the product, AEW. Kenny Omega asked about the big storyline with Tony Khan and the Elite. And Omega says, and I quote, "I can't lie, I didn't watch the product, so I have no clue what happened. Next thing I see, Tony shows up to the draft with a neck brace, and I'm like, what is going on?" So he's like, what is even happening here? Why does this dude have a neck brace? Now, I know on one hand, you can say, well, he's just playing up the character, right? Because he's going to come back and be involved somehow in this down the road. He can't just ignore it. So now he's going to say he didn't watch it. But there's ways you could have done it without saying, like, you just don't watch the show. He literally said, I can't lie, I didn't watch the product. And then he admits he just saw Tony Khan in a brace, and he was like, what is this dude doing? Almost like having fun with it, you know? So if he's going to be a part of this in the future when he's back from injury and they're still continuing this storyline, it's better to just not say anything at all about it. So anyway, Kenny Omega had some people talking with that. Also for Raw tonight, and I think we'll end it with this, unless I got another big... Let me see here. So, what do we got? Oh, no. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys know. FTR and Eric Bischoff are in a little bit of a feud right now. FTR is saying that Bischoff is just like all about Tony Khan and that's it, like some stalkerish behavior. And he's like, I know it's your gimmick and the other guys pay you well to bury AEW. This is Dax Harwood of FTR to Eric Bischoff. To bury AEW. I know it's your gimmick and the other guys pay you well to bury AEW, but checking out your timeline and all the Tony tweets and retweets, just stalkerish. It would do you a bit of good, my brother, and baby reindeer. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Dax is pretty much calling out some odd behavior of Eric Bischoff. Like, just go outside, get some sun. Eric Bischoff just responded, says the chunky little monkey that studies my timeline. That's weird. Never a dull moment with those, with Eric Bischoff and those, those talking heads, man. But anyway, guys. Anyway, what do you guys think, man? Who goes number one tonight? CM Punk or Jade Cargill? Who? Drop me a name real quick. Who goes first? Rapid fire, hurry up. Who goes first? CM Punk, right? It's got to be CM Punk. Is it CM Punk? Jeffrey Ross! What up, Jeffrey Ross? Hold on, man. I just wanted... Jeffrey Ross, I'll get to you in 1 second, man. I want to see who goes first tonight. Jade says Dwayne Piazza. Ray Hunt says Ivar. Sir Charles says CM Punk. DeMonte CM Punk. Omos Gruss 512. Eric Leno CM Punk. Grant says Punk. James Shrimfajitas Punk. Alicia says Punk. It's pretty much aside from Dwayne's Jade, it looks like CM Punk. And then you have Omos, of course, says Gruss 512. Reese says Punk. Ray Hunt. What's up, Ray? Gold status, Ray Hunt. I don't think I said what up to Ray Hunt yet. CM Punk. Jeffrey Ross with that 5-spot coffee. Let me give you a salute, man. What up, BC? Haven't caught a live in a while. I got a kid on the way this year, but here's a coffee on me. Salute, Jeffrey Ross. Responsibility just went up tenfold, dude. Salute, man. Congratulations on the new addition. Appreciate the coffee. Throw that to the diaper fund now, I guess, right? That's going to be a bill, bro. Jeffrey Ross, congrats, dude. I'm glad you caught this. It's been a while since you watched the live because it's been a while since I was able to do one too, Jeffrey Ross. Ron C. 23 says Triple H goes first tonight. And his pacemaker goes second. DC Lanier says CM Punk. So it's basically CM Punk, man. Colin says Tony Khan. Tony Khan goes first tonight. Hey, it's Paul Levesque McMahon. You never know. Hey, we got some congratulations, too, for Jeffrey Ross and the new addition to the fam. Yeah, Dwayne Piazza, Jade Cargill could take out most of the dudes. So trust me, if she went number one, you would think CM Punk would have to, but Jade Cargill, she could be your world champion, but she's like up there with like China level, like believability. Like China, you would believe could actually take out the dudes. Jade Cargill's one of the very rare females where you would go, she could take out the dudes. What are we, we're over an hour. Man, this was supposed to be about half an hour, 45-minute live stream, middle of the day. Now we're going into the evening, and we're about to go to an hour and a half. Guys, appreciate you big time, man. I got a lot to do before Raw, too, and I only have a few hours now to do it, couple hours. So I appreciate you guys very much, man. To the hundreds that were able to catch live over the last hour and almost 15 minutes, to the thousands that'll catch this over the next 48 hours, I appreciate you guys big time. Every single person that took a moment to chuck a coffee every month at the channel and get that gold card after their name. I appreciate you guys on a whole nother stratosphere, man. I appreciate you big time. To everybody not a gold card member, to everybody who's not a channel member, but maybe you were listening to this or watching this live stream, much love and appreciation to you guys always, man. If you're a longtime subscriber, you just don't have the resources or anything to have a gold card. Dude, it's never needed. So much love to you guys. We'll do a live stream for everybody in the very near future, I assure you. But this is just my way to show my gold carders that extra tier of respect and appreciation. So to everybody, I appreciate you guys big time. I appreciate that James Shrimp Fajitas. It's only a great stream because you guys made it such. Honestly, this is one of those type of streams I get to kick back and shoot the shit with you guys. So I appreciate it, man. DC Lanier, Ron C23, Sir Charles, Ray Hunt, James Shrimp Fajitas, Colin, I got Sir Charles, Dwayne Piazza, D. Monte Ty, Drew, Cassandra Love. I know I got Eric Leno, Scott McMinn, and everybody who was up in the chat within the last hour and nearly 15 minutes. I appreciate all you guys, man. Reese, thank you. Renee G, I appreciate you. Right back at you, Dwayne. I appreciate that. DC Lanier, like I said. I got Renee G. All right, I'll be here another fucking hour. Hey, James Shrimp Fajitas, by the way, keep on rocking, bro. Salute. All right, guys, we'll do this again very near future. I think tomorrow might have to be a pre-upload, though. I don't think tomorrow will be live for the Raw review. Maybe. We'll see. But there will definitely be a Raw review within the next 24 hours. Reese, check you. Go Jackets. Peace. Salute, guys. I'm going to have to get some more coffee. Maybe I'll keep drinking it black at this point. It's the Raw it's Monday Night Raw tonight. I may have to be amplified in the notes. Dante Jaron 23, salute, put him up. Dante's putting him up. BC's got to put him up. Come on. Get amplified. Get amplified. All right, I'm jacked up now, man. I'm jacked up now. Salute. Peace.